Let's assume that the other side wins. I know.
It's like, I can't.
So let's suppose we're trying to bring unity back to America after the election.
Oh. You're gonna have to either repeat the question or explain it to me like I'm a second grader.
How realistic do you think it is that we can come back together as a nation?
Shit, I don't.
This country is going to burn down. It really is. You know it. Like, it's gonna be like, if it's one way, it's gonna be these people, and it's gonna be another way, it's gonna be these people. I mean, it's like, it is what it is. It is seriously, it's going to be chaos.
I don't really think I could make a difference, and I don't even know where I would begin if I did.
What makes you think it's gonna make a difference?
I mean, I'm just one guy, you know?
It's just amazing to me that this society has so much diversity, and people are still able to hate and still move about their life. Like, this is a good thing to hate people because they don't look like you. Yeah. So it's just fascinating to me.
Go to a woman who has lived 63 years and you're trying to just understand how she can sit back and watch women's rights be changed in the way that they are, or that they could potentially be changed, and she completely disagrees with you and doesn't see it.
My neighbor across the street, he's a Trump supporter. I'm with it, whatever. He served in the military. He's not a douche. He's not like a total asshole to people. You know, he's really cool, whatever. But then there's people that are like that. Like, they're like total jerks to you. They will taunt you. They will make fun of you because you're against them.
The first word out of my mouth is going to be gloat. Like, I know their personalities, and that's going to be like the first thing they're going to do, right?
How does it make you feel when you get that from them?
Belittling. I see in my circle, like in what I see is the belittling of anybody's ideas that is not on that side.
Everybody's calling everybody stupid or ignorant or dumb or, you know, mentally challenged and stuff like that.
Treat people with opposing views with respect and understanding and listening instead of just hurling out insults.
Say that again.
Being in the middle in our politics these days is a no-man's land.
Yeah.
Right, because it's so tribal.
Kind of like a golden retriever. I just want everybody to be happy, and just, I want to be the person that you like, because just, I'm me, you know? And if you don't like it, then, you know, it's like you're beating your bad puppy. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just like, we can't ever agree to disagree anymore. Like, when did that stop happening? I mean, I thought we all went to school and they all taught us critical thinking, like, oh, you should be able to think for yourself, right? And not be offended by anyone else's opinion, because it doesn't matter. Like, you have a right to believe what you want.
Everyone wants like America better, stronger, like I guess there's like dissension on how to get there, but it's almost like if we all look at it that way, as opposed to like looking at the policies and all, it's almost like the bigger picture.
Seems like a lot of people believe that, like, they are the only ones that have a right to talk, or the right, because they so strongly believe that their viewpoints are correct.
It calls on the other side to be compassionate, and I have lost faith that a lot of people on the other side have compassion, I guess.
It doesn't need to be us or them. It needs to be all of us together. Like, there's got to be some kind of common ground where we're meeting the majority of people's needs, if that makes sense.
I will understand them if they try to understand me. So it goes both ways.
Stop, listen, and think.
I would love for them to know, first of all, very simplistic, I am human. I bleed. And I would like them to know that I don't have no hate for them. I don't have no hate.
If you can't put yourself in someone else's shoes, you can't respect them. But if we're all respectful, it leads to civil dialogue, civil debates, to the point to where we can actually get something accomplished, because both parties are being empathetic and actually listening.
I feel like a lot of the people on the other side are really just worried about like their money and stuff.
I value them as people. I want to continue to be in relationship, and I want to understand them better. So don't give up on me. Don't just label me as other and don't interact with me. Interact with me.
But I'm a peacemaker. I can just do conversations, asking questions, agreeing, respecting the whatever they have to say, even though I disagree, and just not create like a quarrel, a disagreement or an altercation because of politics. I've seen it.
I would love to have an honest conversation with someone who may disagree with me, but they can respect my opinion, and as I can respect theirs.
Even though we have different opinions of choices, that doesn't change who I am as a person, as a friend.
You don't belittle the other person's opinion. You don't make fun of the other person's opinion. You don't try to poke holes in the other person's opinion. You're going to resign to the fact that you can't change that person's opinion. So once you've established that, then I think we can move forward.
Side, I think everyone get back to working with a common set of facts. If you can't get to a common set of facts, you really can't have a dialogue. It's like two kids in parallel play, right? They appear like they're talking to each other, but they're not. They're really talking past each other.
Everybody is so much more mouthier on the internet. You're not in person. You don't treat people as disrespect. Most people don't have as much disrespect in person as they do on the internet. And then if you see somebody really going against how you believe, then it makes you emotionally charged and you do the same thing, and it's like a ripple effect.
I'm on Facebook a lot, and I got on there and saw this lady that I used to live by in Leavenworth, Kansas. And she had made a post about it, like, I know that people don't like Trump or don't like Biden or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, that's our leader and you have to respect him.
And not being so, Facebook explosive. I'm guilty of it.
Yes.
But I'm right and they're wrong.
I'll stop my commentary on what people have been posting on Facebook about Trump. Well, I have to admit, I did put a comment on Facebook and I got flagged for, Facebook said it was offensive. And I don't think it was offensive, but I could have said it in a different manner. So I don't really know how Facebook works, but I think I need to just either stop commenting or be a little bit more constructive in my criticism.
It's really hard because I immediately have a negative reaction. So I feel like it's hard to be open-minded. So at the same time,
the first thing is not spread negativity, not buy into, not keep comments going on social media threads, not get caught up in, because it's really easy, to get caught up in, even if you're complaining with coworkers, whatever, it's super easy to get caught up. And that does never spread harmony. That spreads and bitterness.
When I was growing up, the news was fact-based. There was an opinion section, in the evening news, there was I forget what they called it, my opinion section or thoughts by Billy Bob, whatever. It was a whole separate segment as it was an opinion piece. News now is an opinion piece. There's no here are the facts. Here's one side, here's the other side. You decide. That is really hard to find from U.S.-based news sources. And that's when I listen to PBS, NPR on my phone. And it's just really refreshing to hear that. Very intelligent, just very neutral information sharing. And then that's lovely.
The news, let's stop with all of the pundits. Let's get back to Walter Cronkite coming on and just giving us news.
How do you think, where does the critical thinking start? Like, how can that change be made?
When you are educated, you need to be educated on a variety of things and not, if they can be outside of your own box.
And our generation, like passing that down to your kids and like passing them down with that knowledge of how to be and how to treat people, that helps a lot too.
The more you can learn about someone's struggle or position, I guess, the better. Like, even if I can say, well, I can't relate to that because, you know, I'm not in that situation, I can at least understand where someone's coming from. So I can continue to look for ways to learn and grow, and in turn that, you know, show my kids that and talk to my kids about that.
How can we do things that make us take care of each other or know more about each other or just be more tuned into the people around us? I mean, and if we can focus on the things that we agree about and the things we want to work for in a positive way, without blaming, I think that'll go a long way.
I think I would work harder to connect with my community through like service opportunities or whatever it is, because I think what I'm seeing is that no one understands and no one's making efforts to understand. And I think that the only way that I can do something myself is to start trying to stay connected with people.
I know I'm only 30, but I know when I was younger, it seemed like things were a lot better. Like you wouldn't hesitate to pull over on the side of the road and help somebody out. Like my parents did that often. Like if they saw somebody broke down, they'd pull over and help them out. Now people just don't give a damn, or they're scared they're going to get like robbed or shot or something.
I want them to know that I can be a bridge for other people, especially like people that don't speak English. There's, let's say they're Spanish speaking and they struggle with their English. Just, you know, be maybe a translator, something of a group. Let's say maybe seniors. Let's say a group of seniors that they want this thing done for them. Just helping be a voice for them.
It's just like helping or supporting like people that are struggling, and whether it's like in the community or like Black businesses, or, you know, things that in the past year that we've been talking so much about, like the inequality and like the businesses and like the community that are like maybe not going to survive, or like people that like have been affected by COVID.
You know, to just be paying attention to each other's lives, not in a nosy kind of way, but just to know each other.
I do what I can do, and I feel like being nice and positive and being upbeat is contagious. Like you see somebody in a good mood, it might rub off to the next person. So I try to be like that as much as possible.
How realistic do you think it is after the election, regardless of which side wins, that we can come back together as a nation?
I don't see that happening.
I am not typically the first one like out somewhere. Like I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna watch the fire first before I join it.
Do you think it's even possible in the next 4 years, or do you think it'll take longer than that?
I think it'll take longer. I think this is a rift that's been developing for decades. I think, you know, it's not going to get addressed in 4 years.
It's hard to hate people up close, something like that.
Yes.
You know, like you disagree with a lot of people that you still don't want bad things to happen to them.
I mean, I guess, you know, everybody can improve and change. There's hope for everybody. But like, I think there's been a lot of trust lost.
I think that the longer we are divided, the longer that we're bickering, the longer that we don't try to reconcile, I think it's just going to be really bad. We're not going to make progress anywhere, whatever it is.
But then I think back, and there was the Vietnam War, and there was the Civil Rights Movement, and there were always movements for change that had some pushback.
Let's just move forward. We're all Americans. Let's just move forward. Let's be united.